Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. I thank you again for joining me. Today I want to talk about something. For the apostles actually brought this up to the master, and I'm going to share that with you. It's called "Increase Our Faith." And right here, if you join me in Luke chapter 17, verse 5, I'll read this quote to you. I'm not going to read Yeshua's answer though, but I encourage you guys to read after that. 17:6 down. But anyways, 17 verse 5 says, "And the apostle said unto the master, Increase our faith." They're asking him, it's sitting there, giving just a humble request, increase our faith, And Yeshua, of course, talks about, grains and mustard seeds. He's doing sort of like a little parable lesson to them and everything. But I'm going to jump over to the book of Hebrews right now. Hebrews and 11. Chapter 11 of Hebrews, verse 6. "But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to Elohim must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." So it's impossible to please him. When it comes to faith, without faith, you gotta have full faith, and that's just the rules, just bottom line. That's, what's written, what's spoken, what's said. I'm going to go back to Hebrews. I'm going to go up to Hebrews 1 right now. Hebrews 1 here says, gives a little definition what real faith is. And here's the definition of real faith. "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." So a lot of people, Webster's and all these dictionaries have other sort of versions of theirs, but this is the biblical definition of faith. And I'm going to go back to Luke again. We say time travel back to Luke, the book of Luke, but go back to Luke again. And 18. Find chapter, almost there, 18. And verse 8. Luke 18:8. Let's see. Next page over, and 18 verse 8. It says, "I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?" So his second coming, that's a rhetoric question he's asking, When he comes back to earth, is he going to find any faith, real faith? That's remains to be seen. I believe he will. Not much faith, but I believe he will find, there will be some faith on here. Especially, with the two witnesses that are prophesied to come soon. But I'm going to go over to Romans now, the book of Romans. Let's see. Book of Romans and chapter 14. 14:23. Next page over. 14:23. And it says here, "And he that doubteth is judged if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is done of faith is sin. Of not done in faith is sin." So that was Apostle Paul. He's speaking to the Romans, the Roman Gentiles, of course, of the church, the assembly, whatever. Next book over is 1 Corinthians, and just want to read this script, share this scripture with you. 5 and 7, chapter 5, 1 Corinthians 7, verse 7. Says here, purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened. For even the Messiah, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. So, in order to be like that, we gotta have faith. It's faith. Faith is a key thing. They talk about grace.
You talk about grace, and that's just like a pardon. It's kind of like grace periods. We'll pardon you for so long or whatever, and was saved by faith through grace. And the law does have a little bit of a part of a role to play in the salvation plan too. Now I'm gonna go back to Romans again. Back to Romans. What is it going to be? Chapter 4. Yeah, chapter 4 and verse 3. Chapter 4, verse 3. What saith the scripture? Abraham believed Elohim, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. So he believed. To believe, he didn't just believe; he had total faith, and that's what gave him the blessings and gave his descendants the blessings. All of his descendants. Not just the 12 tribes and the modern 10 tribes, Israel and Judah, but you've seen like Turkey's kind of blessed. The Arabs are a little bit blessed. A bunch of wild asses though, but they're blessed as well. And he kept his promise, and then of course there's the spiritual children of Abraham too, the Gentiles. They've been grafted into the mold with the tribes and everything else. So I'm gonna go to Galatians. I'm gonna conclude this with Galatians. Galatians 2:20, and it's like hitting the nail on the hammer, so to speak. Here, 2:20, and it says here, I am impaled with Messiah. Nevertheless, I live, not I, but Messiah liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of Yahweh, who loved me and gave himself for me. So that was just a conclusion that I thought it was touching, and I thought it was appropriate to share that one with you. And I, encourage you guys to, look up the scriptures that I've mentioned and everything. Do a little Bible study for that, about faith or whatever. And I thank you again for joining me. And big shout outs to my supporters, my subscribers, and I welcome anybody else, that's eager, curious about my channel, and to hit that notification bell, for future content, and give me some big thumbs up. And also, I appreciate if you subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you think. And I thank you again. Till we meet again. Peace out and shalom.